My name is Miles, and I'm going to introduce a new property we have in Calaveras County, California. This is a little southeast of Sacramento, as you can see on my map. What I'm going to do in this video is go through some FAQs. I'm going to talk about 1, utilities, 2, access, and 3, just kind of give you a summary showing you some tools you can use to research the property on your own. So again, dialing in on this location, if you want to go visit this property, you're going to use the GPS coordinates to look for it. Type them into Google Maps into your phone. It should bring you there. What I recommend doing is kind of studying different access routes beforehand. That is something most title companies won't insure on these off-grid rural properties, and something that, I can't say one way or the other. You'll have to get out there and kind of scope it out yourself. So we'll get to photos here in a minute. We'll talk about those utilities, but first things first, I want to touch on the location, the access here. This is just under 20 acres in Calaveras County. As you can see on a map here, it actually includes this little tidbit parcel here, which is a second legal property. So that could be a bonus if you wanted to build 2, different structures. And when you're looking at Google Earth, we'll share this link. You can download it if you have Google Earth on your computer. Esmeralda Road is something that shows up on GIS maps. So that could be one way to get there. And even the Sheep Ranch Road here also gets you close to the property. Something I can show you too. If you are on Google Maps or Earth, I believe, yes, you can actually drop in on this road. Sorry to get off subject, but this gives you an idea of the landscape out here. You can actually go all along Sheep Ranch Road. Our photographer took a video of that too. So let me get back to this and get an aerial. You can see there's dirt roads blazed back here. Sometimes we see gates, and that was the case on this property. So, one potential access route could be Dozier Line Road. As you can see here, that looks a little bit maybe more difficult to get into than taking maybe Esmeralda or hopping on Sheep Ranch Road, which is right here. So hypothetically, when I see this, we're buying land sight unseen. So we're a land investment company. We're picking up property for wholesale. We're trying to move it, discounted cash prices below market value, and we do offer owner carry. So let's say you get close to this property. One thing I see, this is pretty clearly defined. Now, is this a public road? I do not know. Is it a shared road between some of these locals? Maybe so. Maybe people work on that together, right? Sometimes we see that. One good thing about this property is this is actually BLM land. So this is public lands, right? USA owns surrounding this property here. So that's a bonus feature. I mean, that's an added feature. A lot of people want that in a property. That's a pro for most people. So private ownership, I can click around on some of these, and you can do it on the GIS map too. I'll show you that with Calaveras County, and you can see some of that ownership, write them letters if you're to buy something like this, talk about access, things like that. So again, you're gonna have a lot of trees here. You're gonna have a mostly flat property. It is kind of southwest facing terrain. So there is a gate. So our photographer ran into a gate, and I don't know if that was right in here, and I don't know if that was all the way back in here or right here. I don't have a pin where that gate was, but this is about 20 acres, 19 point something. This is 18 point something. This is just under an acre. So just estimating around 20 acres for this property. And something else you can do on Google Earth is look at different images provided by Google Earth, giving you, again, an idea of the area. If you see these on a map, you can start to click them, and you can see what you're looking at. So Sheep Ranch Road. There's a lot of comps. There was one that sold for $140,000 around here. That was 20 acres. So we have this price below market value, again, offering owner carry. So using GPS coordinates on that. Talking about utilities, and again, access, going back to that, because I know that's going to be the main question. This was the gate our photographer ran into. So he didn't get a lot of great photos of the property itself right here, but we will have a video from our photographer showing this. He did, I believe, walk around the gate. And is this gate legal? I don't know, and I've got to stay away from that subject. In my position, it's a great area. I can't necessarily say one way or the other that this is the best and a legal access route, but I know there definitely is like a 2-track, a dirt road blazed back here. If I fast forward a little bit, so I don't keep you for the full 11 minutes, we can get closer to it. And you can see, he just walked around right here. And this goes all the way back. Looking back here. So you really get a lot of privacy on this property. And I'll have this video posted on the website so you can watch the whole thing yourself. You can see the road there. The next thing I want to talk about is the tax map. Again, we're on the subject of access. Esmeralda Road, Sheep Ranch Road right here. You can see my cursor on the computer screen. So this, from what that looks like that dirt road that we see on GIS maps or Google Earth from satellite imagery. So again, I don't know. I mean, it's plotted out on this plat map. 122 is our property. So is this little 123 in the corner. Something that's interesting is that the lady who previously owned this, and this wasn't too long ago, actually granted an easement. She told us there is legal access. She told us if that gate was up, she'd, get right through it, right? She was, kind of appalled by it, to say the least, because she did grant access to this landowner. He owns, or he or she, whoever it is, owns these 2 properties back here. And I'll pull up that documentation. So Freddie Bang was that owner, and Brenda Kerr was who we bought this property from. And she actually, what's interesting is she granted an easement. So I don't know if this would have gone through. This was in 2018, so not too long ago. And this was for the guy behind her property, these 2 properties, to use, the northeast corner, across the northeast corner of her property. So what that tells me, I mean, it'd be hard to believe the county would grant an easement through here, and this person's clearly using the property, that they would grant an easement and that would be used all the time if there wasn't access, easements to get to this property. So that would surprise me if this went through. These are just documents that are with the county. We'll have these. I can send them to you if you want me to. But basically what it's describing in kind of complicated terms, it's talking about the plat map and where this easement lies and how wide it is, right? So I think it's a 13.5 foot in width. And so you can see the diagram here. This is the other person's property behind us. This is our property. So it's just showing kind of where the legends of this map is. So that's something I can send to anybody who's interested. We see this a lot with these vacant rural properties. Sometimes it's talking to the neighbors. Sometimes it's, just a group of people working together to maintain a road off the beaten path, right? And the next thing I want to talk about is utilities. There's no well on the property. There's no septic. Power is nearby. But with this property, what can you do with it? It's zoned U. I'll have a link to Calaveras County zoning, and you can read through it. It goes through permitted uses, farming practices, timber, ranching, single-family residence. So there's different things you can do with this property. And last thing is you can go on calaverascounty.com and you can look up their tax parcel lookup right here. That's what I'm on. I wanted to show you this. This is actually a little creek river right here. If you pull up the legends, you can see that. This looks like another creek, some more creeks running through here. So again, you can see the roads outlines here as well. And this is kind of interesting, an airstrip. But again, this is all on Calaveras County's website. If you have trouble getting there, let me know. But our company is Wilco Land. Give us a call if you're interested. I wanted to just run through what we're looking at. We're sight unseen buyers. So we're buying these properties. A lot of local people, have a little bit more self-service, hands-on approach to going to check something like this out. Again, I don't have much advice on access right now. I'm curious to hear what the local feedback is. Maybe I'll get some calls from some neighbors and pick their brains a little bit too. So my name's Miles over here at Wilco Land. Give us a call. We've got some other properties similar to this on the website. Our number is 605-299-5553.